Ryan Tannehill is thinking standing at that podium. And the thing that he's thinking is they just drafted a quarterback. They just let my number one wide receiver go. And I just ended the season on a 3-interception game that we should have won because we sacked Joe Burrow damn near 20 times. That's what he's thinking at that podium. He ain't thinking about Malik Willis. It just came out that way.
You know, it's interesting that he said that. He probably isn't thinking about Malik Willis, but he is thinking about Malik Willis, okay, at the same time. Because he was in the same spot a couple years ago as Malik Willis is now. He was a backup quarterback, and then all of a sudden Marcus Mariota started stinking up the joint, and they went with Ryan Tannehill. So don't be shocked at some point in time if, in fact, he starts stinking up the joint and Malik Willis starts to show flashes. That's how guys get jobs in this league, man. They sit behind guys and wait for them to mess up, and they don't try to create the same mistakes that they made, and they get the job, and the rest is history. We see it all the time.
Yeah, it's worth also reminding everyone that Tannehill has the most money against the cap. It's the highest cap hit of any quarterback next year. And one of the things, Adam, is the Titans have had a history of looking for other quarterbacks. Watson, Rodgers. Is this relationship mendable?
Well, listen, there is a lot riding on this season for Ryan Tannehill and the Tennessee Titans. You mentioned they were dipping their toes in on Aaron Rodgers during the offseason before he re-signed in Green Bay. They checked in on Deshaun Watson and found that he wouldn't be traded in the division. And so Malik Willis, as Matt will know, is somebody who everybody says at least a year away. So this gives Tennessee 1 year to bring in Malik Willis, to get to know his game, to bring him along, to grow him while it sees what it has from Ryan Tannehill. And clearly, the team was not happy with the way the season ended last year, which caused it to look at other quarterbacks. So, depending on how Ryan Tannehill plays this year, he plays well and some of that talk and wandering lust goes away, or he doesn't, and they're training the guy to potentially go replace him after this year.
All right, so, Matt, we think that Malik Willis is a year away or so, but what if he's a threat right now? Do you think that's realistic, that Malik Willis could see time and maybe threaten Tannehill's job?
I don't think he's ready to threaten him, Laura, because he does need some work. But it reminds me of when the Chiefs drafted Patrick Mahomes. We knew he wasn't ready, but I remember hearing from players who would say, man, you should see this kid in practice. You should see his arm in practice. You should see the way he moves in practice. Once Malik Willis is thrown next to Ryan Tannehill, there will be people in practice who said, when's he get to play? Because he will have one of the 10 best arms in the league. He's one of the 5 best runners at the position. So he's not a threat week 1. But if Tannehill struggles, there will definitely be player support for a quarterback who has the traits that Malik Willis brings to the NFL. I think that's what's most intriguing. Adam mentioned it. He's not ready to play right away. He's got to clean up some of his mechanical issues in the pocket. But that raw talent, guys, that's something that players are going to notice when you get out there on the practice field.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.